Hey guys, Scott here. Yes, another video about MMR. I apologize if you're sick of the topic, but I am a DBD discussion channel, and I talk about relevant topics, and this is by far the most relevant. Everyone is talking about MMR, and I have a lot of thoughts on it, and whenever I have thoughts on something, I just make a video about it. That's as far as I plan. I don't like have a schedule. I just have a ranty thought in my head and want to talk about it. So if you don't like these MMR videos, I labeled them very clearly in the title. Just go watch another one. I just uploaded a shit post yesterday, so go watch that one. So I do want to talk about this, though, because I think it's really, really important. It's probably the most important message to get across in terms of fixing MMR, because at this point, it's up to the community to fix MMR. Obviously, the devs are not going to go back on it. They've been working on it somehow for a year and a half. I don't think they're going to just delete it. So we're at the stage of acceptance now where it's in the game, and it's up to us to fix the issues with it. So when MMR was first announced, and as they kept working on it, I always had the projection, basically, that the games were going to get very sweaty, because at the higher end, you know, if you want to keep winning, you're going to have to start running sweatier and sweatier shit to the point where only a couple killers can even compete in the highest level, and only a certain number of perks and stuff like that and Survivor friends can compete in the highest level at Survivor. And I kept saying that, and I till this day still believe that, and that's possibly the reason why it's like that now. But at the back of my mind, I was always under the impression that there would be a reason to have high MMR. I thought there'd be like a cosmetic or a charm, or your MMR would just straight up be visible, or you'd have an MMR ranking or a placement. I figured there'd be some type of incentive to have high MMR, and that's what all my opinions were sort of based off of, because why would you ever have an MMR system with no incentive to have high MMR? It makes no sense. It's terribly designed. In fact, there are some games that do that, like Call of Duty, and those systems are universally hated. So I don't know why you try to replicate that. So stupid me, I was under the impression that there would be some incentive for having high MMR. But at the end of the day, in the current version of the game, there's not. There's no reason to have high MMR. You can't see it. It's not a measurable metric of any kind. And yet, people are still playing sweaty. And it's interesting because this is actually not behavior's fault anymore. Now this is the fault of the players. For some reason, I've not been getting super sweaty matches. I guess I'm very lucky. I don't know why, but I believe people when they're saying they've been getting a lot sweatier matches, and even a couple of people that I watch have been, you know, getting really sweaty matches too. And it's interesting though, because this is actually not related to behavior at all. This is a completely community-induced problem, because for some reason, people have decided that MMR is worth something. And a good analogy to make is that MMR is like money. It's like a currency. You know, a dollar bill is only worth something because people have said it's worth something. It's like cryptocurrency. It's only worth something because the community has decided this thing should be worth a value. As soon as people stop thinking something is worth something, it's not worth anything anymore. It's kind of a weird concept, but that's how money works, and that's how MMR in this game works. So for some reason, people have missed half of that, and they've decided that MMR is worth something, because that's the only incentive to change your playstyle. You would only change your playstyle if you want more of the thing that you value. But it has no inherent value. It just has the value that you've assigned to it. So people are changing their playstyles for a value, or for something that has no value. And that makes no sense when you think about it like that. So honestly, the whole problem with people playing sweatier is entirely the community's fault, because we have just collectively decided that MMR is worth something. So I think we need to take a step back and just play how you want to play the game. The thing is, even if the system works, if you play not sweaty, you should get not sweaty teammates. Now, as an aside, the system doesn't work at all, and I've seen people with 8 trillion hours go against people with 5 minutes in the game, so that's a whole separate topic entirely, because, yeah, the system doesn't work at all. I go against new players all the time on Demogorgon, which makes no sense. So, again, separate topic. Obviously, it doesn't work, but in a functional system, the less sweaty you play, the less sweaty opponents you would get, right? And I think that's the mindset we have to move towards. The problem is people are just not used to losing. I think they're just very scared of losing. And so they're trying to protect themselves by just changing the way that they play for a made-up number that they can't even see. And if it's your pride on the line, that's the best part about this MMR. If you're scared about having like a low MMR and, you know, you think your opinion won't be valued, just lie about it. Just say your MMR is 8 billion. That's the best part. No one can ever prove you wrong. And especially they can't prove you wrong because the opponents that you're going against are so fucking random. You might have like a rank 20 Meg in one match and then literally like Team Oracle in the next match. So it's not like anyone can really prove you wrong. The system has no verifiably measurable metrics. So just lie if you want to feel better about yourself or if it's a pride-related thing. But at the end of the day, the only reason people are playing sweaty is that people are playing sweaty. It's a vicious cycle that we need to, as a community, try to stop by just stop doing it. Now, if you already played sweaty beforehand and you're bitching about going against sweaty opponents now, well, I mean, go fuck yourself. Who cares? This is what you've signed up for. This is for the people that, you know, just play normal games and now they're having to deal with this shit. Those are the people I think you need to just stop changing your playstyle. Stop, you know, doing anything different for a system that doesn't mean anything. And eventually that will hopefully reflect on the killers or survivors you go against, where they also begin thinking the same thing. And they go, why am I changing how I play? I'm not getting anything for this. And as soon as the community starts realizing that, I think the overall sweatiness level will go down. I think over time this will happen naturally, even without me making a dumb video like this. But I would like to jumpstart it as much as possible. And so yeah. End message, basically, people are only playing sweaty because they're under the perception that they have to play sweaty for some arbitrary number that doesn't even exist. So stop playing sweaty, play how you want. Just play a normal game. You might have to eat some losses for a little while. It's not a big deal. When you lose in Dead by Daylight, actually nothing bad happens. You leave the lobby and then you go into the next one and your life is exactly the same. So try to take a step back. That's what I've been doing. I've just been still doing dumb fuck meme builds. I've just been, you know, not changed. I'm not tunneling or camping anymore on Killer or anything like that. I'm not running any more slowdowns. And I'm having an okay time. So maybe try it out. I know it can be very frustrating, and I'm sorry you guys are going through the frustration. No one wanted this MMR system. Well, some people did, but most people didn't. And I know it's not really making anything better. But it exists. We have to deal with it now. That's just the reality of the world we're in. So let's try to take a step towards making it less sweaty by taking the first step and stop playing sweaty, stop playing different. All right, before I repeat myself 40 more times, that is it. Also, God, the panic there when I had my trap beeping and I couldn't pick up the fucking key because it kept healing people. Oh man, that was stressful. Okay, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.